Let's talk mummies. Specifically, one mummy. Mummies have always fascinated us, with their intricate burial rituals and the mysteries that surround them. But today, we're zeroing in on one particular mummy who has captured the imagination of people around the world. No, not Brendan Fraser, get your head out of the 90s. While Fraser's portrayal of a mummy hunter was iconic, we're diving into a story that's even more intriguing and bizarre. We're talking Tutankhamun, the boy king who's more famous in death than he ever was in life. His tomb, discovered in 1922, was filled with treasures beyond imagination, making him a household name. You know, the drill gold mask, Egyptian tombs, that whole shebang. The discovery of his tomb was a monumental event in archaeology, revealing the opulence and grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization. But buckle up, folks, because we're about to delve into the most fascinating and frankly hilarious detail of Tutankhamun's afterlife, his eternal erection. This peculiar detail has sparked countless theories and debates among historians and enthusiasts alike. Yes, you heard that right, an eternal erection. It's one of those bizarre facts that make you do a double take and wonder about the ancient world. It seems our boy Tut went to the afterlife prepared for anything. Whether it was a symbolic gesture or a practical joke by the embalmers, it certainly adds a layer of intrigue to his story. Maybe he thought the afterlife was like a never-ending singles cruise. Imagine an eternal party where you're always ready to mingle. It's a humorous thought, but it also reflects the ancient Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife. Or maybe the embalmers just had a wicked sense of humour. The process of mummification was complex and filled with rituals, so who knows what their true intentions were. Whatever the reason, Tut's post-mortem package deal has had historians in a tizzy for decades. It's one of those details that makes history so endlessly fascinating and sometimes downright funny. So, grab your metaphorical shovels and your best Indiana Jones hat, because we're digging deep into the tomb of awkward history. The more we uncover, the more we realize how much we still have to learn about ancient civilizations. And trust us, things are about to get weird. From strange burial practices to unexpected artifacts, the world of ancient Egypt is full of surprises. So stay tuned, because this journey into the past is just getting started. Now, mummification wasn't exactly a walk in the park. It was a meticulous and time-consuming process that required a lot of skill and precision. The ancient Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for the soul's journey in the afterlife. Imagine spending 70 days getting prepped for the afterlife, and it's not even a Hawaiian vacation. Instead of sipping cocktails on the beach, you were undergoing a series of elaborate rituals to ensure your body was ready for eternity. It was a whole process: organ removal, body stuffing with sawdust, you name it. The embalmers would carefully extract the internal organs, which were then preserved separately in canopic jars. The body was then dried out using natron, a type of salt, before being wrapped in linen. Not exactly a relaxing spa day. The entire procedure was more akin to a medical operation than a day at the spa. But for the ancient Egyptians, it was a sacred duty to ensure the deceased's safe passage to the afterlife. But amidst this morbid makeover, Tut's embalmers decided to leave his, shall we say, royal scepter pointing towards the heavens. This peculiar detail has puzzled historians and archaeologists for years. Was it an accident? A rookie embalmer who missed a memo? Or perhaps it was a deliberate act meant to convey a specific message or symbolism? Or was there a more, let's say, symbolic reason? The ancient Egyptians were known for their rich symbolism and intricate beliefs about the afterlife. Some historians theorize that the erection was intentional, a way to ensure Tut's virility in the afterlife. This would have been seen as a powerful symbol of life and regeneration. Others believe it was meant to associate him with Osiris, the god of the underworld, who, legend has it, also enjoyed a good stiff drink. We mean a permanent state of arousal. This connection would have been seen as a way to ensure Tutankhamun's power and status in the afterlife. Theories abound, each more outlandish than the last. Some scholars suggest the embalmers used special herbs and ointments to enhance Tut's appearance for his journey to the afterlife. Imagine being the intern tasked with fetching those ancient Viagra substitutes. Others propose it was a power move, a way to assert dominance over those who dared enter his tomb. Fear my wrath, Tut's eternal erections seem to proclaim, and also, maybe bring snacks? Let's be honest, we may never know the real reason. But that's the beauty of history, isn't it? It's a giant, dusty jigsaw puzzle where the most important pieces are always missing, and we're left to fill in the blanks with our own wild imaginations. Imagine being Howard Carter, the archaeologist who first stumbled upon Tut's tomb in 1922. Years of searching, dodging curses, and then bam! He finds the treasure of the century. But there's a catch. The boy king is, well, packing. Talk about burying the lead. This wasn't just any historical discovery. This was a discovery that could make a grown man blush. One can only imagine the hushed whispers, the nervous coughs, and the awkward side eyes exchanged amongst the excavation team. And poor Carter had to document it all. Can you imagine writing that archaeological report? The tomb contained gold, jewels, and one very enthusiastic pharaoh. Section 5. The gift that keeps on giving. Tut's legacy of laughs. But hey, let's give credit where credit is due. Tutankhamun, whether intentionally or not, has provided us with endless comedic fodder for centuries. He's the gift that keeps on giving, even in the afterlife. Think about it. How many other historical figures can you say have a claim to fame like this? It's certainly a conversation starter at dinner parties. So, the next time you see a picture of King Tut's golden mask, remember what lies beneath. It's a story of ancient rituals, royal secrets, and one very persistent pharaoh. Section 6. A moment of silence for Tut's embalmers. Let's take a moment to appreciate the unsung heroes of this story, the embalmers. These guys were the artists of the afterlife, tasked with preserving bodies for eternity. Talk about pressure. They had to be meticulous, detail-oriented, and probably had to stomach some pretty funky smells. And yet, they managed to sneak in a bit of humour, a little wink to the afterlife, with Tut's, shall we say, final flourish. So here's to you, ancient Egyptian embalmers. You may not have gotten the recognition you deserved, but you definitely left your mark on history. And for that, we salute you. Section 7. Beyond the Boner. The real story of Tutankhamun. It's easy to get caught up in the, physical aspects of Tutankhamun's legacy, but let's not forget that he was also a pharaoh, albeit a short-lived one. He ruled during a time of great change and upheaval in Egypt, and his reign, though brief, left a lasting impact. So, while we may chuckle at his eternal erection, let's also remember the boy king who ruled a kingdom, the mysteries surrounding his death, and the incredible treasures he left behind. Tutankhamun's story is a reminder that history is more than just dates and battles. It's filled with quirky characters, strange occurrences, and more than a few awkward moments. Section 8. In conclusion, long live the king, size doesn't matter, right? Tutankhamun, the boy king with the golden mask, has always been a figure of intrigue and mystery. His tomb, discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, was filled with treasures beyond imagination. But it's not just the gold and jewels that captivate us. It's the stories, the legends, and yes, the occasional humorous detail that keep us coming back. The, shall we say, uplifting secret continues to fascinate and entertain us centuries later. His life, though short, was filled with drama and intrigue. He's a reminder that history is never black and white, but rather a vibrant tapestry woven with threads of humour, tragedy, and the occasional awkward bulge. The ancient Egyptians had a rich culture full of gods, myths, and rituals that still capture our imagination today. So next time you're feeling down, remember King Tut and his eternal optimism. Despite the challenges he faced, he remains a symbol of resilience and joy. His story teaches us that even in the face of adversity, we can find reasons to smile. After all, if he can face eternity with a smile on his face and a spring in his step, so can we. His legacy is not just in the artifacts he left behind, but in the spirit of joy and curiosity he inspires in us all. And with that, we bid you farewell, dear viewers. May you carry a bit of King Tut's spirit with you wherever you go. And remember, always read the museum plaques carefully. They hold the keys to understanding the past and unlocking the secrets of ancient civilizations. You never know what kind of surprises await you. Each visit to a museum is a new adventure, a chance to discover something extraordinary.